What's up, gang? Haven't done an episode for a little bit, but I'm back. I just clocked off a little while ago. It's a little late. But sticking with the name of the show, I just clocked off talking about the Avalanche-Devils rematch from last night. This was the second half of a home and home. Avalanche got a big win. They won it 8-4 after losing the previous game 4-5 in overtime. That was in New Jersey. That was on Saturday midday after playing in Boston the previous day. So coming into the game, it was a little. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a little anxious. Like I was feeling like the Avs record might be a little bit of fool's gold. We just had a lot of overtime losses in high profile games. The first game against the Devils, it was frustrating, obviously, because it was another overtime loss. But I mean, they continue to be able to get goals when they need them at the end of games to force overtime, which is a good sign. The power play struggled quite a bit in the Sunday game. Last night was much better. It always helps being on home ice. It always helps having a couple days rest. But they looked really good. I mean, 8 goals is not easy to do. Victor Olofsson not only got his first goal as a member of the Avalanche, he got his first NHL hat trick along with 2 assists. So it was a huge game for him. Another example of the Avs just finding these kind of diamond in the rough free agents. He's playing on the third line right now, and all 3 of his goals were just snipes. I mean, these were just really, really nice shots against a good goalie. So anytime you can get, a high quality offensive talent in your bottom 6, that's a huge deal for any team. It was a great game from him. Again, his first goal with the Avs, first hat trick of his career. Jack Auchon, one of the depth defensemen who's been called up, he had his first NHL point. He got an assist. So that was also a nice little first there. The power play looked much better. One of Olofsson's goals came on the power play. It's a really nice little play between him and McKinnon. McKinnon had 2 goals of his own. Necas had another really, really nice goal, another just great shot, that's how Necas has gotten a lot of his goals too, is just really, really high degree of difficulty shots, which is a great sign for him. It makes the trade between him and Rantanen look better every day, honestly. I mean, he's definitely going to get paid. I hope they can afford to keep him. But between him and Jack Drury, who's moved up to the third line this year, that trade doesn't look too bad. I mean, Rantanen is certainly a better player than Necas. I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but it makes you feel better. It makes me feel better all the time. But that's not what I wanted to discuss. Talking about the game a little bit. I mean, there was a weird stretch there in the second period where I think the Devils scored 4 goals in like 2 or 3 minutes. Took it from 5-0 to 5-4. So that was alarming. I think that kind of underscores another thing that I've been reconsidering about the season, where the team is now 6-1-4, and we're doing all this without our starting goalie. So it was, those overtime losses were getting kind of frustrating. But if you reframe the issue, I mean, we're doing it with our number 2 goalie. Point diff is still good. We're scoring tons of goals. And against arguably the 2 best teams in the league so far, Utah and New Jersey, we've split with both of them. We have regulation wins and overtime losses. So it's hard to complain too much about that in the grand scheme of things. Other quick notes about the game. I mean, I'm trying to think, really the biggest thing I have is just, I was kind of surprised that they kept Landeskog on the third line. I figured that he was playing on that line on Sunday because it was a back-to-back and they wanted to kind of watch his minutes a little bit. But they kept him down there. They kept Colton on the second line with Brock Nelson and Val Nichushkin. And that third line of Landeskog and Drury and Victor Olofsson, they balled out. It's just more as if we needed more proof. If you put Gabe Landeskog on a line, good things tend to happen. So I'm obviously not saying that he deserves all the credit for those goals from Victor Olofsson, because again, those were just money shots. But I really do think that he is just like I just love having him back on the team. He's just a do-it-all player. He's a great captain. He just makes it work. So, yeah, it was a good win. Really kind of recontextualized the season in a positive light for me as a fan anyway. I'm still excited to see Mackenzie Blackwood get back in the net. He was on the bench in this game. Still interested to see what the team does big picture. Right now they're second in the Central Division behind Utah. Winnipeg is right behind them. Big picture, roster-wise, we're missing Sam Girard right now. We're missing Logan O'Connor right now. You look at the roster on paper, you still say, okay, this team could very easily make a move for a left-handed defenseman. This team could very easily make a move for another depth center. Joel Kiviranta is also out, who would be on the fourth line. That's another first that I forgot to mention, actually, is that Zakhar Bardakov got his first NHL goal in this game as well, playing on that fourth line. So that's exciting. It's very exciting, but I'm also excited to see Kivy and especially Logan O'Connor get back in the lineup later down the line this season. So we'll see. We'll see what the team does. But my anxieties as a fan have been assuaged. I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm really excited to see them play Vegas on Friday. Try to catch that game, or at least stay kind of tuned in on it without getting too distracted from work. Obviously, think about the name of this show. Hello. Gotta stay locked in on work while we're on the clock, but try to keep an eye on that game. Hopefully I can either, just follow along with it, or maybe even try to catch a replay of it somewhere. But yeah, feel good about this team. I haven't really watched any Nuggets games yet, but I'll be getting to that soon, hopefully. That was the end of their first game. I saw the end of their first game against Golden State. That was very interesting, but that was more interesting from Golden State's perspective, just because they switched up their lineup. But Avs feels good to be an Avs fan. Looking forward to the rest of the season. Peace out.